You get a feeling, baby.
Jamal Roberts! Hey, we got Jamal here at the happy place.
The night LA froze for Jamal. Nobody saw it coming. Not the crowd, not the hosts, not even Jamal himself. The night LA Forum was on fire that night, figuratively of course, and all eyes were glued to the Boy Is Mine tour with the legendary Brandy and Monica. Fans expected nostalgia, drama, maybe even a vocal showdown. What they didn't expect? A young powerhouse named Jamal Roberts walking on stage like he was delivering pizza, and then absolutely obliterating every expectation. The lights dimmed, and before anyone could whisper, "Who's that?" Jamal launched into a performance so raw, even the LED screens looked shook. But here's the kicker. After his haunting ballad, he didn't soak in the cheers. Nope, the boy dropped the mic, gave a silent nod, and disappeared backstage like Batman. No encore, no thank you, just vanished. And that's when everyone started asking, who is Jamal Roberts? From nobody to spotlight stealer. So, who is this dude with the voice that stopped time? Jamal Roberts isn't new to the spotlight, but he's definitely been flying under the radar. You might remember him from a certain televised talent show where he belted his heart out and broke the internet. But what you didn't see? Jamal's years of being the quiet kid in school, bullied, overlooked, the kind of guy who sat in the back humming melodies into a cracked iPhone. His origin story reads like a streaming drama. Gospel roots, speech delay as a child, and a dream he didn't dare say out loud. Until he did, and boom! He became the industry's best kept secret. They call him the Silent Storm. Funny, right? Because now he's making the most noise. But before LA fell in love with him, Jamal almost didn't make it to that stage at all. The silent battle behind the curtain. Just 2 weeks before the Kia Forum concert, Jamal was lying in a hospital bed. Not joking. The guy had pushed his voice so hard in rehearsals, doctors told him to cancel everything. Vocal inflammation, risk of permanent damage. Any sane person would have hit pause. But Jamal? Nah. He whispered, "I'll be fine," drank more honey than a bee colony, and rehearsed in his hotel bathroom like it was Madison Square Garden. And guess what? Nobody knew. Not the fans, not the crew. He kept the whole thing under wraps, smiling like a pro while his throat was on fire. The wild part, you think that kind of pressure would break a person, but instead, it built something unbreakable. Because when the lights hit him that night, Jamal didn't just perform, he exploded. And the moment he opened his mouth, the song that silenced the crowd. Silence, literal silence. For 3 whole seconds after Jamal's first note, the entire forum forgot how to breathe. No phones up, no screams, just pure frozen awe. The song? An original ballad called Unspoken Echo. Nobody had heard it before, nobody expected it, and it hit like a freight train wrapped in velvet. Midway through, he cracked, just a bit. A tiny focal break that would crush lesser artists, but instead, it made the song even more real. Monica wiped a tear. Brandy mouthed, "Wow." The crowd? Mid-song standing ovation. Goosebumps, folks. But the weirdest part? As soon as he finished, Jamal didn't wave, didn't bow, he just walked off. Like the whole thing didn't just emotionally body slam 20,000 people. And that walk-off, it left everyone panicking. Vanishing act or breakdown? What happens when a star disappears right after lighting up the sky? Panic, that's what. Backstage, the crew scrambled. Where's Jamal? Is he okay? The guy dipped out faster than your ex after a text argument. No after party, no interviews. He reportedly looked pale, glassy-eyed, like he had seen a ghost, or maybe become one. Fans started tweeting wild theories. Stage fright? Health scare? Mysterious music ritual? Okay, that last one was a stretch, but the concern was real. The guy had just delivered a career-making performance and ghosted like it was Halloween. And just when it seemed like nobody would ever hear from him again, Jamal finally resurfaced. Not with a PR team, not with an apology, with a note, a literal handwritten letter. A note that broke the internet. Instagram, black and white filter, a piece of lined notebook paper, shaky handwriting. Caption, that performance was a goodbye to fear. Boom, viral in 20 minutes. Turns out, Unspoken Echo wasn't just a song, it was a purge. Jamal confessed the lyrics were about surviving emotional trauma and finally letting it out. He admitted he'd nearly canceled the performance, not because of his voice, but because he didn't think the world was ready for that level of vulnerability. But standing on that stage, something clicked. Fear left the building, and the world responded with love, tears, and reposts. But what followed next? Let's just say Jamal didn't stay indie for long. The labels came running. Within 48 hours, major record labels started circling like hawks. RCA, Interscope, even Atlantic allegedly DM'd him a blank contract with the caption, "Say when." Brandy's manager called him the future of soul pop. TikTok music heads dubbed him Frank Ocean 2.0 but louder. Offers flew in, 7 figures, creative control, tour budgets, and Jamal? He said, no, that's right, he turned them all down. Not because he's arrogant, but because he's something the industry rarely sees, intentional. This wasn't about chasing charts, he had something bigger in mind. And when asked why he passed on stardom, Jamal gave a 2-word answer that floored everyone. Not yet. But what was he waiting for? The mission behind the music. Here's where things go from cool to downright noble. Jamal announced that instead of rushing into a record deal, he's launching a non-profit. Focus? Music therapy for kids with speech delays, just like he had. He said, if I can sing for 20,000 people, I want one child to speak their first word because of that. Chills, real talk. The guy's investing his newfound fame into healing others. No flashy launch party, no donation links yet, just action. He's already recruiting volunteers, building a team, and working with pediatric clinics. In a world full of viral stars who sell merch before meaning, Jamal's playing a different game. And if that's not legendary behavior, what is? But even legends get back to work eventually. The comeback tease, a whisper turns loud. Late last week, Jamal was spotted leaving a recording studio in Burbank at 2 a.m. Hoodie on, no entourage. One camera caught him humming something that definitely wasn't Unspoken Echo. Rumors say he's cooking a full EP, 5 tracks, raw acoustic style, no filters. Insiders hint Brandy might do a collab. Even more shocking, Monica followed him on IG. Coincidence? We think not. Jamal's silence is loud again. He's letting curiosity do the talking. And the fans? They're eating it up. Reddit is lit, fan pages are multiplying, memes are flowing. But one thing's certain, the next time Jamal walks on stage, he won't be the opening act. He'll be the headliner. What now? The story's just beginning. So what do we make of all this? A shy kid from nowhere delivers a once-in-a-lifetime performance, disappears, reappears with a heart full of purpose, and politely declines $1 million record deal. Jamal Roberts isn't your average singer. He's a quiet revolution. He's rewriting what it means to go viral, with soul, with substance, with style. And maybe, just maybe, he's the reminder we all needed that sometimes the biggest voices come from the quietest places. So the next time your feed says Jamal Roberts just dropped a new track, don't scroll past, hit play. Because this boy, he's not just mine, he might be music's next legacy.